The Three Sisters, second note, at least. In fact, there will be at least 3 notes on this wonderful subject. 2 video and 1 is written, soon to be posted on the blog. And with this, in fact, we have a big announcement. We'll have some notes on books. Again, we have in the history of the blog and this YouTube channel. Some years back, we've had some notes on quite a few books on Anthony Powell, I guess. Dance to the Music of Time, one of the best novels ever, in 12 volumes, but spectacular, to be taken, in fact, up again. Three Sisters. I was talking about Olga yesterday, the previous note, the eldest of the 3 sisters, an educator, a teacher, very sensitive to the point of being a bit neurotic, maybe, and the almost panic attack she has when Natasha comes to her and says, well, that's this old woman, the servant, she's not good anymore, she's sitting when I go around, what's the use of having her? She has to go to the country, which means I'm sending her home, homeless. And Olga's with her head in her hands and then stop. She's not doing anything, just protesting against what. Well, in the end, she takes the old woman with her. She's going to school and she's taking the old woman with her. Natasha being, in fact, as much as I can identify, the evil, the bad omen, the monster in a way in this story. To begin with, she is liked, she's cherished by Andrei, the 3 sisters. Termina brother, Derek Jacobi, wonderful in this and so many films, plays. And she is of a lower class in some ways. The most important of which would be her character, let's say. Once she's married, she becomes tyrannical. She's pushing everybody around. Well, it's such a pity that this room is so warm, and then, why don't you move out and let my son Termina, and then, no, no euphemisms. She, as in the case of this old woman, out with her. No nice words. And she's having an affair eventually with somebody we keep hearing about, what we never see. Masha is the middle sister, and she's bored. She's suffering from tedium vitae, and she's married with a professor of Latin, a teacher of Latin, and she thought initially when they met, he's so brilliant, he has such a bright future, which reminds me of that joke. Well, the previous government, the others, whatever, pushed us to the brink of the abyss. They say the ones promising Meloni in Italy, whatever. But pushed on the brink of the abyss as we are, don't worry, when we get the power, we'll take a big leap forward, which means into the abyss. And our country has always had a bright future, and will always have, but that's just that, a bright future. So the teacher, the husband, disappointed. So Masha is now termina disconsolate. He's going to another room, and from there he will start making a disturbance. But never mind. So she's depressed. She has this thing we see very often in Russian plays and movies. mechanical unfinished piece for mechanical piano comes to mind. Mikhalkov adapts it, Nikita Mikhalkov, and it's based on a play by Chekhov. It's also true that for the, we can say maybe for the Russian soul, but for humanity, for the human soul in general, this longing, this sense of meaningless. What's the point? What to do next? So eventually, we have the arrival of Alan Bates, such a giant artist, as the Colonel Vershinin. I don't have the name in my head, but the Colonel, head of the local military unit, which is providing all the fun, all the interesting conversation, all the atmosphere. With them gone, they seem to be going at one point. There's nothing there. Who do we see? Who do we communicate with? One of the problems, the frustrations, be that they have a good education. They know Italian, German, French. And French was for aristocracy, as we know, also from War and Peace and others. So they were talking, in fact, in French. Do I know this, or am I just making this up? They couldn't write Russian, they knew how to write French. So they again despair as a group of them. Who do we talk French to? I mean, I'm forgetting my Italian. What's the point of it? Who do I talk to? Nobody talk to here. Small town in the province. So she's having an affair. Well, she's falling in love with the Colonel. As an affair, I don't know if it comes to that. It's not so relevant if it's in the flesh, if it's platonic, if it's in the spirit. Well, according to the Bible, if you think about it, if you decide, it's as if it happened. And then Irina is the youngest, and she has this ailment that we all have. Moscow. Well, let's move to Moscow. If only we were in Moscow. I mean, well, Moscow was so great, and it will be. Let's go there, and it will be, this ordeal will be over here in this small town in the province where nothing happens. Everything is so tedious, we're so bored. But that's, and we'll end this because we have so many books to take on from tomorrow. This is explained very well in psychology classics, and we'll take some psychology classics as well, I think, on target. Explained in Stumbling on Happiness by Daniel Gilbert, who used to be a Harvard professor, and I don't know if he is now teaching at another place. And he looks at the myths of happiness. We believe we know what makes us happy, but we don't. And one of the familiar and frequent stories we tell is, it's here, but if only I were to live in California or Pacific Island. And then in another book I've written, well, the problem with that would be that you're taking yourself along. Traveling means taking yourself along, so quite often that's still not good because you're there. Just that was in a laughing spirit said. With the taking yourself. Once you get to California to move, we looked at what happens to those who did an island. There's a phenomenon called hedonic adaptation. Hedonic treadmill, also called sometimes. We adapt. The problem is we adapt to good things. We stop enjoying them after a while, being just used with them. The good thing is we also adapt to bad situations. I looked at paraplegics, people who went through serious accidents, and they found that they adapt to that. We don't adapt, or it's very hard to adapt to loud noise, being near the airport, especially a big airport. We are near airport here, but it's a smaller one, so huge airplanes taking off. That's not unemployment, the loss of a loved one, and a few other things. But this with moving, it's not working. It's not. It's a myth. You get to see now they have hurricanes in Florida. Throughout, it looks fine. I mean, nice weather. Too many idiot Republicans, Governor DeSantis, and so on. And being a Republican now, alas, means for most of them being a member of the cult of Trump. So that's a serious handicap, serious challenge. There it is. And Three Sisters, wondrous, phenomenal play and wonderful adaptation.